They were coal miners. They were led by Colonel Henry Pleasants. The Confederate Army had a line of forts and trenches around Petersburg. And Colonel Pleasants had an idea, and that was to dig a long mine shaft underneath the defensive trench lines, plant explosives under a fort in the middle of the Confederate First Corps line. The objective was that everyone in that area would be blown sky high, and that would open a hole in the Confederate defenses, allowing Union entrance to the city of Petersburg. The Union generals Grant and Meade, they had doubts, but they thought it would be a great way to keep the men occupied, so they approved the plan. So plans were approved, minimal supplies were given. The wood that was used to create these tunnels came from an abandoned wood mill. They tore down a bridge for support beams. They also foraged wood from any standing homes, barns, or structures in the area. This tunnel system was very complex, but in a nutshell, it was in a T shape, starting in the current Butterworth Shopping Center parking lot, and it led about almost 2 miles down the road to the current day crater. It was in a T shape. It had a vertical exhaust tunnel. Next to that was a wooden air duct, and that ran the entire length of the tunnel. The air system was also very complex. By early July, rumors were swirling around the Confederate world about this tunnel system. The Confederate General Pegram was actually so concerned that he dug a new trench line and moved his fort. The tunnels themselves were a little over 1.5 miles long. They were 50 feet deep in places to avoid detection of the Confederate forces. They were 3 feet wide and 4 feet tall. The Battle of the Crater occurred on July 30th of 1864. It was a success. There is a lot of information about that battle out there. If you want a basic, brief overview, just let me know in the comments below. You know, I'll be more than willing to talk about it. After the war, the tunnels and the crater were used for tourism purposes. The crater was such a popular destination that it was absorbed by the National Park Service, opened in 1939, still open to this day. With the Union mines and the Confederate forts, I'm going to talk about those in another video, but just as a basic overview, what happened to them was from the 1860s up until the 1960s, they were operated under a variety of names. They were known as the Lions Tunnels, the Pine Garden Tunnels, the Fort Hell Tunnels. Check out this little brochure. The ticket booth was where the beauty supply store is and the Dollar Tree. The Lions Tunnels were closed in 1968, and that is when the shopping center, the mall across the street, the bowling alley were all put right on top of where they stood. When this shopping center was being built, there are newspaper reports of the construction equipment sinking into the ground. I talked to so many people when I was working on my book who told me that where the 7-Eleven is, it used to be a tunnel that they partied in. If you're looking to do metal detecting and find any remnants of them, good luck, because there are roads and houses all on top of where they once stood. As always, if there's any Petersburg person, place, or thing, click the comment. As always, if there's any Petersburg person, place, or thing you want me to talk about, drop a comment below. Please subscribe, like, click the notification bell. I will be talking about this corner along with the Confederate forts and the Battle of Old Men and Young Boys in the near future. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you have a great day. I hope tomorrow's even better.